All right, first thing we're starting with on our review for the test. This is the cumulative test that covers rationals and polynomials. This is a polynomial type question, and we figured out that the degree of this thing, oh wait, we just actually figured the lead coefficient was negative because the right side is down. How many of you had that part right? Okay, good. Mr. Ruff, tell me the degree. Well, you don't know the degree for sure, honestly. That's you with the blue shirt. Yes, I just don't want to say your name on the video. What do you think? All right. I disagree because I can see this as a bounce that's worth 2 by itself. I don't think it's 2. Come on, you can do this. Ah, there you go. It's 4 because there's a 2 plus a 1 plus a 1. I think it's probably 4, but it'd be safer to say it's what? Even, because it could be degree 6. Even this picture could be degree 6. Yes, because there could be imaginaries. You remember how there's imaginary roots and you can't see them? They're not like spots that touch the axis. I know it's probably 4, but it could be 6 or 8 or 10, but it'll be for sure even. Remember how even ones go the same direction? All right. Let's see if you really caught what picked up what I'm trying to lay down. What do you think the degree of that is? What do you think the LC lead coefficient is for this one? I'm going to pause for a second while you give that a try. Okay. I hope you saw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and thought it's probably 5, but I'll play it safe and say it's odd. Raise your hand if you had odd there. Awesome. By the way, this triple is called its multiplicity. It has a triple root. Its multiplicity is 3. This one's a cut through, pass through is another way to say it, and that has a multiplicity of only 1. I didn't have any bounces on this particular graph. All right, leading coefficient. All I need to know, that's down. What does that tell me? Negative. All right, good enough on that. There's so much to know for this test. Let's go through a few others that tend to stump people. What's the lead coefficient and degree for this one? You might be like, wait a minute, that's totally different. Yeah. What's the lead coefficient and the degree for this one? If you just want to write the lead term, that might help you. Pause for a second. Okay, let's see how you did. This one, when multiplied out, would have a negative 3x to the third, and therefore it's degree 3. And if you're like, what? How did it become x to the third? That's an x squared times by this x makes x to the third. And of course you include that too. Okay, so final answer, negative 3x to the third is the lead term. The lead coefficient is negative 3, and the degree is, well, odd, but it's degree 3. Since it's odd, what does that mean about its ends, if we were going to graph it? Ends are opposite. Yes, odd means opposite direction. And last thing, is it going down on the right? How do you know? Because a negative right there tells you it's going down on the right. If you had to make a sketch of this, you probably could do a pretty decent one, because you know it goes through negative 2, and you know it bounces there. You know it goes down on the right, and this is a weird fraction root. A lot of people don't know how to do that root. All it is, 3x minus 5 equals 0. 3x equals 5, x equals 5/3. That's almost 2. That's where I'm going to say 5/3 is. Okay, so how can I do all of this? I have to be going opposite directions, down here and up here, and I have to be bouncing right there, which is right here. So I'm going to bounce and cut through. That's how my graph would look. Exactly where's my y-intercept? I don't know, but I could figure it out because the y-intercept is where x equals 0. Okay. All right. So there's a good little reminder. What else do you have to know? A ton of stuff. So many things on this test. Okay. But I'm not going to be able to go over all of them. I'll go over a couple more, and then I'm going to give you some work time, and you're going to have a whole bunch of time and a review with the key and. Your homework for tonight is going to be to take the other review worksheet, the one you didn't just turn in, the one that says extra practice problems, and you have to do, get this is kind of cool, you're tailoring it to yourself. You have to do more than half of it, but you decide which ones you should do. I know some of you are going to pick the easy ones. That's dumb. You should pick the ones that are hard for you. You know, if you're really studying for the test, if you really care, you should be doing the ones that are like tough ones for you, so you can ask me questions and learn from stuff. One more thing. In the morning on Monday, I'm here. You want extra help? I am also giving a pre-calc test on Monday, so I might have a lot of kids here for extra help, but I'd be here and I'd be able to answer a couple of questions. The worst thing ever would be for you to go, I won't study, I'll just come in the morning on Monday. Don't do that. You might only get time to ask me 2 questions. So study at home this weekend by doing that extra review worksheet. I had one kid tell me, I'm going to do all of it because I know this test is really important. For him, he had 2 low grades last 2 tests. This one test could pull 3 tests in the grade book. That's like a third of the year. So if you're one of those kids, your last couple tests haven't been that awesome, this test's worth a lot. Definitely study for it. I do the whole thing, but you only have to do more than half of the review, and you'll have a Dropbox available on this. When you get here to take test, I'll say, okay, everybody, put it in the Dropbox right now. You can't finish it later. That doesn't help. You'll have already taken the test. You need to do the practice before the test. All right, one more thing. I'm going to give you another problem here. Do you remember these kind? I just would hate to have you miss a dumb little mistake like on a problem like this. Finding common denominators and adding or subtracting. There's a really common mistake. Be careful in this. One little number. I had to mark it wrong like on 1 million people's tests. Try this one. Be careful. I'm going to pause while you give it a shot. You're just subtracting these 2, but you need a common denominator so that you can get a final answer.